Hi, I'm Pinyu Liao from Inglemoor High School, and I'm super excited to share with you about my project on antibiotic resistance and how the public can get involved to stop this crisis. So, firstly, what does this project mean to me? So, this project has meant everything to me. As I'm looking back on my high school journey now, I'm really proud of the progress that I've been able to make in antibiotic resistance by using my skills and talents for a cause. So I've always been super passionate about the arts and the sciences, and especially with this global issue that had a deep personal significance to me, I was able to develop my skills in leadership, directing, and scientific communication to lead a change in my community. From filmmaking and video editing skills, such as how to set up a three-point lighting setup, to animating transitions or finding historical footage, and also conducting and facilitating interviews or figuring out microphones, media release contracts, and voiceovers, there have been so many technical skills that I have learned. But there's way more than that. I've also learned a lot about myself as well, because this documentary really helped me realize that I was capable of so much more than I ever imagined. So I learned to direct an entire documentary film from start to finish, and I also learned how to seek out and connect and also work with um, people from physicians, patients to legislators, and also how to be resourceful when creating projects to make a change. Since I started this project with just an idea in my bedroom, and I sought out these grants and funding opportunities and then people to connect with all but on my own. So I'm really proud of being able to do that. So throughout this process, I've gained a lot of confidence to pursue bigger and bolder projects, since this project taught me that there was so much more that was possible, even as just a high school student. So I'm really grateful for how far this antibiotic resistance project has brought me, and I can't wait to do more in college with the skills I've learned. Thank you!
Yeah, thank you. I'm really glad you're doing this project. For those of us who are physicians and take care of other people for a living, it's very frustrating for us when people come to us with an infection that we cannot cure. And watching someone die that way is difficult. And it's something that I hope your viewers don't have to go through. But many of them probably have. And I think that's important to recognize as well, that there's an emotional, personal cost to this problem. And we do have some people who have been grievously harmed or killed by these infections. So it's a very real issue. It's not something that's happening in the future or happening somewhere else. It's happening here, in your community, in the United States, and also elsewhere around the world. So my hope is that people will start to think about this, plan for the future, invest in this problem, and also take some very simple personal steps that we've talked about in their own lives to help to manage this problem. So thanks for doing the project.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that people don't realize that a simple cold for us, which is a normal process for us, is not something where we are challenged in the fact of a life challenge. We saw a lot of that with COVID, where people would feel, oh well, it's just like the flu. Well, for somebody like Brianna, it's life or death. And I think that's some of where this antibiotic resistance comes from, or what you were asking, is that if somebody like Brianna was to get a cold, for us, our body is used to, has the ability to push those microbacteriums out, or when the body gets suppressed, to be able to push that out. But for somebody like Brianna with a compromised immune system, it affects her. And when you have so many drugs like that, the more and more that happens, the less and less the body is able to fight. And so I think if people could have a better understanding that not everybody is at the same level they are, there's a perspective that everybody else has, whether it's health, mental, or whatever. But in this case, health, somebody like Brianna could be jeopardized just by a simple cold. And so I think it's extremely important that we